What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you've not yet subscribed, make sure you do that. When you like the video, prepare a comment, and I want to know what your thoughts are. Did you think at the beginning of the entire COVID lockdown, shutdown fiasco, at the beginning of the pandemic, did you think when the New York City police said that they would begin to collect data and track and trace, and they were the first to do it, did you think that that would just end when the COVID was over, when the lockdowns were done? It's not going to end. De Blasio says that the New York Police Department should confront hateful conduct, even if it's not a crime. What does that mean? How do you track and confront behavior if it's not criminal? That would mean you're keeping files on people, noting their behavior, having others reporting non-crimes to the community leaders, to the police, so that they can what? Observe and protect? This should send big warning signs, big red flags going off. This says New York City Mayor de Blasio on Thursday says cops should confront people accused of hurtful behavior, even if the behavior doesn't rise to the level of a crime. So anyone accused of hurtful behavior, if someone glances in your direction the wrong way, you should call the police and accuse them of hurting you with a look, and then the police will follow up. They say, asked if the NYPD and city should be doing more to thwart the troubling surge in hate crimes against Asians, which are committed by predominantly non-white people, by the way. His Honor, that's the mayor, suggested the warnings could be a last resort. Warnings. So warnings from police, not just investigating and confronting hurtful, hateful behavior. Now it's, well, we're going to send them a warning. What does a warning lead to? Quote, even if something is not a criminal case, a perpetrator can be confronted by the city, whether it's the NYPD or any other agency, and being told what they've done specifically that was very hurtful to another person and could, if ever repeated, lead to criminal charges. That's another important piece of the puzzle. That's why we need these reports. Asked how these so-called confrontations would work, de Blasio says that the NYPD is already training on how that works, saying the NYPD is already trained on doling out warnings. If someone has done something wrong, but not rising to the level of criminality, it's perfectly appropriate for an NYPD officer to talk to them and say, that was not appropriate, and if you do that on a higher level, it would be a crime. But what if it's not done on a higher level? Why are they interrupting my day to stop me and tell me that they didn't like something I did? Hey, if you do that, but worse, so meaning something different, it would be a crime. Don't stop me and talk to me if you're a police officer, unless I've committed a crime. He continues, quote, I think that has an educating impact on people. I think it has a sobering impact that we need. That's why we need every report. Everyone, report to your police officers in New York, any neighbor, friend, family, coworker, anyone who's ever done anything that's considered hurtful to you, report them because they may be committing a crime if they're doing it repeatedly. That's seriously what he's saying. De Blasio suggested a simple warning could curb further violence. See, it goes from hate, which is subjective, to now hurtful, which is totally subjective, to now it's violence. See how that escalation occurred? Quote, I assure you, if a New York Police Department officer calls you or shows up at your door to ask you about something you did, it makes people think twice, and we need that. They want you in fear. They need you to fear that the secret Stasi Gestapo police would show up and threaten you in some way. Hey, we need, Stasio says that we need a secret police going around and making people fearful, saying if a New York Police Department officer shows up at your door to ask you about something you did, it makes you think twice. So whether or not what you did was wrong, you may not do it, you may self-censor, self-filter your actions, and he says we need that. Call me crazy, I don't think we need thought policing. I don't think we need non-criminal action policing. Someone goes out in the community and says, excuse me, sir, you were accused of doing something hurtful, so we're telling you don't do it again or it may rise to the level of a crime. Because if you're accused of something again, it may now have a track record. We can now call it harassment. We can now call it bullying or whatever else they're going to inevitably do to conservatives who continue to voice their opinions. They're going to say this is all about Asian hate crimes, but they've had a secret reporting of police and issues of warnings for accusations of violations now for a year. So this will not end with the COVID. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I say New York is turning into, well, it's already been an absolute shithole. Now it's turning into a shithole run by the secret police, by de Blasio's Stasi force. So that's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to this channel. Check the links in the description to help us keep America afloat.